Everything's on. Good. Good. Let me scooch forward. There we go. There we go. Last thing to do is to get music going. Good morning. I woke up a little bit early today and thought to myself, wow, what a beautiful day to add an extra dimension. And so that's what we're going to do today. Let me get some little lo-fi going. 'Tis the season for some Christmas music, some Christmas tunes to wake up to. Oh, scooching over my Cintiq. Good morning, Rich. I hope you are doing well. Let me get a little hydrate. Oh, thank you, Myth. I'm thirsty. Oh, nice. I have my oatmeal in front of me. Whoa, feels good. But good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well and having a good day. And yesterday was fun and not stressful at all. I pretty much went to my other computer immediately and I was like, I want to play some Vermintide. And so I tried playing a little Vermintide before bed and it was good. Woke up once at 7 and I was like, I'm mentally awake but cannot keep my eyes open. Then closed my eyes again and it's suddenly 4 hours later. Your body was like, give me one more. Give me again. Give me another one. Understandable is pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I was talking to my friend and they were like, yeah, so I don't know how to tell you, honey, you might actually be kind of good at FPS. And I was like, nuh-uh, I'm so bad at Overwatch. Are you kidding me? And they were like, yeah, Overwatch makes you feel bad, like you're bad at the game. And I was like, oh, okay, neat. Quintus, we're gonna do Blender today. I'm just making sure I have everything set up. Beautiful. There we go. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, Overwatch seems to be built on making you feel bad about your performance. But first thing we gotta do before I put this into Blender is export it, because right now it is not ready to be put into Blender. It's not a PNG yet. I just gotta do that. To do the donut tutorial first. So interestingly, Quintus, I did the donut tutorial and it did not teach me enough about Blender. I just could not grasp it. So after about a year of trying to do Blender through YouTube tutorials and sites, it just wasn't clicking. And so I went to my friend and went, hey, can you take this Blender course with me? And it's just a one intro to Blender course. And it was 3 hours, and we did it together. And both of us were like, oh my gosh, I understand now. We did not do the donut tutorial. To actually learn the basics of Blender, in my opinion, learning the donut is one of the worst ways because it does not make you interested in Blender in the slightest. Instead, our teacher taught us how to make a dinosaur, which is way cooler. And I got to make a dinosaur in my first lesson. That's really awesome. And so that's what I did. And now that I'm watching these YouTube tutorials that I originally watched the first time, I'm like, oh, these are bad tutorials. It's not that they're bad, but it's like they say they're for beginners. They are not. They are for intermediates. When someone says a tutorial is for a beginner when you're learning 3D, it's not for a beginner. A beginner tutorial is really boring because there is so much to learn about the interface of Blender that it becomes very tedious and no one can really focus and learn that, which is really frustrating. So, yeah. Finally, the goblin has become a Blender gal. I have indeed. I got there. It's an extremely steep learning curve and one that people do not prepare you for. They're like, oh, it's a steep learning curve. In what way? The main way that it is a steep learning curve is you will not be able to find tutorials that will teach you what you need to know and how to apply them. Some people will say, oh, just learn the Blender shortcuts. It's like, okay, but what does that mean? And so I tried learning the Blender shortcuts, and I did not learn about edit mode and object mode and when to apply modifiers. Just people said, apply them. No, there's a specific mode you have to go into to apply things. That's part of the problem, is a lot of it that is muscle memory or second nature to 3D artists is not stated. they assume that you know this, and then they work from there. And it's like, no, no, no. I need to know every single thing you click, in what order, and what hotkey you've pressed in the orders you've pressed them. Which course did you make Dana with? I went to a physical class. Like, I went to an adult school. There's some cities have this where they teach general knowledge of like things to do, where it's like, you want to learn a skill? Okay. It's a couple hundred to learn. Uh do like a 3-hour course for Intro to Blender, which is pretty much what I did. I was like, I caved and I'm like, I'm going to a professional for this. And it worked out for me personally. So I now have the introduction to Blender. Sorry, I'm putting on lip balm. You went to a real life class? Yep. I went to a real life class because online classes were not working. Tomorrowland, just look up simple low poly first. Did not work. I have tried it. And now rewatching the tutorials that I did look up for low poly, I now understand how to do it instead of watching it and being able to understand it. It's extremely difficult. IRL is scary, but it's so good for learning. Genuinely having someone that you can ask questions to and go, wait a minute, can you explain that? Helps so, so much. I really like it. I very much prefer classes. That's just my style of learning. Some people are quick enough to pick it up just from tutorials. I am not that kind of person. So for me, the tutorials are bad. Maybe they work for you, and that's great. But for me, I need someone that I can ask questions and go like, explain this. Because my brain works a lot really differently. Also, hello Cookie, how's it going? This is so cute. Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on a little low poly model for myself. I've done the turnaround, and so we're gonna make it work. Honey in college, cool beans. I like college. If only adult school wasn't expensive. Should be free. Education should be free. Crescent Comet, thank you for the sub. Welcome on into the tavern. I hope you are doing well. Oh, little stretch. I was so lucky to have an intro to 3D in high school like 13 years ago. That is extremely fortunate. I did not have that, unfortunately. I did have an intro to tech class, and it was mostly like how to make a website, how to make a blog. And so I made a little blog about my favorite animals. It was cute. It was good to kind of learn. So would pay for a PS1 Honey adventure game. I don't know what kind of adventures I'd go on. I'm not a very action-y person, I don't think. I don't know what's called. The half skirt? It's just, I love the little skirt. Yeah, the little half skirt. I think it's fun because it allows me to learn how to make cloth, as well as it adds a nice little bit to the silhouette that's not a full skirt. Because a full skirt is beautiful and I love it. But I want to learn how to make the legs move and the cloth react to the legs while still being able to see them. I don't just want to make a long skirt that hides the legs. Looks like you're going fencing. Ooh. Fencing. Lucas, thank you for the save. Let me do that. Myth, thank you for the ear wiggles, breathe, and posture check. Let's go. Education should be free, but unfortunately everyone failed economics. That's the frustrating part, is when it's like, this should be free. Why does it cost money? It's just like long-term economic failure, but short-term economic gain. That's why people did it. Bard Honey? More of a singer than a fighter. Fun fact, in my country, public college is free. You can get it. That's nice. Oh, that's nice. We love that, actually. All right. File, save duplicate. I'm gonna call this low poly honey. Call it low poly honey front. That's probably the best way to do it. Alrighty, and then file, save duplicate, PNG, low poly honey back. We got back. Kind of, not really. Hello, Hakyoga. Thank you for the resub. Happy 26 months. Oh, ear wiggle. Nice progress on Super Honey 64. Thank you. So what's this model style will be? Back to the source. This model style is going to be kind of, the goal is kind of like this. So this is Prechu's art. And I am directly grabbing reference from there because I really like this style of low poly. It's very beautiful. I am not skilled enough to do all this detailed work here. So I went a lot simpler. I was like, let's simplify it so I can learn. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I mean the outfit? Honestly, I just kind of went with vibes. I was like, this is kind of how I dress for Ren fairs. I usually do the pirate top with a corset and then just pants and then a skirt sometimes and then boots. And that's usually how I just dress to Ren Fair. It's so that I don't stand out too much, but I can still enjoy the Renaissance. Bard Pirate, gotcha. Yeah. Bard Pirate. There we go. I gotta do that. And you know what? I actually have to make the hair a little transparent. Because that way I can see what it looks like. File, save, duplicate, PNG. Probably Honey profile. So I have experience now, very little experience modeling, but not texturing, UV unwrapping, or rigging. So the one thing I learned with the Jeff, like the not JPEG style, low poly style skeleton I made is I didn't make the bones connect on purpose, and I'm trying to learn how to rig the bones so they don't pull each other that way. But now I want to have it so that the skin pulls when the shoulders move. So it's going to be a little bit different. There you go, a little transparent. That way I can see the shoulders. I'll save duplicate, PNG, front. There we are. Be French, good morning. First Saturday in 2 weeks I don't have work. Nice, I hope you get to chill today. Chalky or strawberry milk? Probably chocolate, but strawberry is quite nice. I don't think there's a wrong answer there. I would also study Mega Man Legends as well to get a better sense of low poly look. Yep, I have been looking at what's it called? Some ripped game sets so that I can study the 3D models. You should give her a hat in the future once the model is done. If I can learn how to do hats, that would be extremely cool. I don't think I have enough know-how to do that right now, so I'm kind of trying to stay in the limitations of what I know. All right, we're gonna save this, and now let's open Blender. There we go. The cube. All right, we delete the cube. We would also delete the camera because we don't need that. I don't need the light source right now, so we get rid of that. That's more for animation as far as I'm concerned. And now we're going to edit, file, import. I didn't know you could import a grease pencil. Images as planes. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it right now. Here we go. All three of these. Import images as planes. Is this the way to do it? No, this is not the way to do it. There is a way to add images. Time, there was a cube. Gotta leave the cube. It's necessary. Also, EDP everything. Thank you for the resub. Happy 14 months. And Inflaming, welcome back. Thank you for the posture check and hydrate. Cindel, Bard Pirate, taller and hardier than usual for her size. It's just like Bartholomew from Finn from Stinky Dragon's Nights. I've never heard of that. I had a 3D modeling class, and I couldn't get, for the life of me, get the rigging part. I'm gonna have to learn. It's one of those things that, here we go. Image as reference. I want to learn how to rig, and I think that's going to be the big struggle for me right now, but that is okay. There we go. Of course, it's loaded in the plane that I was at. Fine. So I only opened the one. That's fine. Add this. There we go. So we're going to call this that. And let's see. Want it to be here. Can rotate this. 0, 0. There we go. And 90. Okay, perfect. So now it is the way it's supposed to be. Excuse me. The scale is fine as 1, I think. I'm gonna have to learn how to scale models up and down for VR chat later. I don't quite know how to do that. Going to the Concord Galaxy, I will have you as a podcast. Alright, Kuban. You take it easy. Oh, right. It's because I imported 3. That's why there's that weird... Alright. 1 second. Delete. Get this out of there. Add image as reference. Oh, it just does that. Never mind. I don't know why it does that then. What's that little, like, thing up here? Dragging an image directly in the viewer will work as well. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sure I posted the song in somewhere in your Discord. I could put there again if you want. Oh, Bartholomew feeds from Sticky Dragons Ignites. You may have posted that. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I'm getting to that point in my brain where I'm like, do I remember this thing? Maybe. Sometimes I'll walk into my other room and go like, why did I do that? And part of me is like, is that an aging thing or an ADHD thing? Oh gosh. I've tried taking random numbers and making them bigger or smaller just to see what happens. It's fun. A lot happens when you do that. Gotta be a public domain kingpin model out there you can attach the head to. Oh, it would be funny. Brain's overloaded, it's purging memory. Sometimes, yeah. Dang it. I deleted it. Okay. Okay, now add reference profile. Okay. So the main thing we're going to want for these is to I'm going to want to put it on the z-axis. There we go. On the z-axis, I'm going to want to move it up. Going to want to put it so that the feet are on the ground and also that the model is in the middle because the piece is not fully centered. That's fine. I can always work with it. We're going to scooch it slightly. It's so close to being in the middle. What do you mean? 0.045. Yep. Okay. That's good. That's pretty central. And then for the properties, we want it to be a little transparent. Let's go. Hey, Jackrabbit. Doors have strange power of making people forget things. They do. There's actually something called a doorway effect. It can cause people to forget things after walking through them. That doesn't surprise me. I've had that for a long time. Let's see. Properties of picture. There we go. Opacity. 0.5. There we go. We'll make the opacity actually lower. Yeah, that should be good. Same thing here. Scooch it up. Oh, it's 5 meters. Why is it 5 meters? I want it to be smaller. There we go. We're learning. We're learning. Okay. We're learning. Are you finally going 3D? Yes. I am learning how to do 3D right now as we speak. All right, let's save this. We're going to call this oh, poly honey. We'll just call it low poly honey. We're all here for a 5-meter honey goblin. I think I gotta scale it down. Good morning, Blackhawk. I hope you had a good sleep. Remember The Sims, when the Sims go into a room and decide to tell them to go do something else? That's what's happening. The big gamer in the sky decided to have you do something else. Maybe. Okay, let's look at the picture size. Because, yeah, it's 5 meters. I'm not 5 meters tall. How tall is 3'5" in meters? It's about a meter. Like, I'm a little taller than a meter, it seems. So, 1 meter. Oh, tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, that changes things a lot. We're gonna, move it. Nope, not that one. Remembering the hotkeys. Let's see. There we go. We're just gonna move it straight down. Because I don't want to look at it. Can you imagine 5-meter tall honey? No, 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 no. That's too big. That's too big. We'll make 1 meter. Welcome back, Milves. Welcome, Jeff. How goes it? Instead of making myself 5 meters tall, I'm making myself 1 meter tall. We are adjusting. There we go. Adjustments are being made. There we go. It's almost there. Almost at the center. There we go. That's the center. That's closer to your real head, I guess. Yeah, about a meter. Oh shit, we're in Blender. Yeah, Jeff, we're in Blender. You got try. I managed to catch the stream. Welcome in. And Inflaming, thank you for the breather tea. Free her. I'm adding a dimension. Soon it will be a 4th dimension. I'll be able to reach out in the screen and grab ya. Or you'll be able to smell me. You know, that's another dimension too. Her smoke would be uncomfortable if she was 5 meters tall. It would be too tall. I would be too tall. And that's okay. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Grab and goblin. Smell dimension. Okay, yep. That's pretty good, honestly. I think this would probably move here. If I had to guess. I guess the center of the foot would be where it is. Yes. Yeah, somewhere around there. That looks like about the halfway point. Almost 2 meters and constantly hitting my head into something. Now, if someone is 5 meters, helmet required. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. Today I get to leave early to go to work to a work Christmas party. So I'm going signing to prove I was there, then immediately going back home to sleep because I also get to start work at 3 hours late tomorrow. Let's go. Yippee. I'm glad you get to chill, Jasper. Apparently one of the speakers on my iPhone earbuds got mashed. No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Okay, there we go. Must away. Gotta brave the wind and snow to grill some glizzies for my nephews. Have fun, Plug Bear. I hope you have fun with your nephews this season. Christmas is so stressful. December is just so stressful because there are so many things to do and never enough time to do them. Okay, think this is good. This will do for now. I feel like I made the eye a little too, like you can see here, the eyeball of the profile feels too high in comparison to the rest of it. So let me look at where they intersect. Grab this one and raise it slightly. That looks a little closer. It's a little too high, but like a little closer. Yeah, okay. That looks a bit better. We'll make do. Looks like your third eye. Kind of, yeah. It's the reference images. Okay. Let's start by adding the cube. Cube. Oh gosh, it's huge. Why is the cube so big? What have I done? Okay. I've just made myself really small. That's fine. 1 meter is not that small. Okay, we're gonna scale this down. Scale, please. I guess we'll start with the head. The head would probably be one of the more complex bits. So let's start with it, I guess. Hey, well, son, it's been a bit, yeah. How you been? Haven't been able to catch streams for a while, but while I was away, I've enjoyed learning some things in mythology I never knew before. Example, did you know of the short list of Greek gods that we have had consensual loving relationships? Would you believe Ares of all gods is on that list? Love mythology. Huh. Good for Ares. Good for Ares. 1 meter is not that small? Well, it depends. For a goblin, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Honey should become a donut instead. No, I don't want to do a donut. But I need good headphones. I've gotten earbuds and I keep accidentally forgetting them in my pockets and therefore get washed in the laundry. Gotta make it a habit to check your pockets. It's so, so important. I know it sucks, but it's so, so important. Okay. My brain is like, I'm nervous to start this for some reason. I shouldn't be nervous. It's fine. I'm trying to decide if it's better to start by vertice placing or if it's better to start from a cube and molding it. Let me check how this person does it. I'm pretty sure this person goes vertice placing. I'm referencing Pre's workflow. Also, I have oatmeal I gotta eat. Yeah, don't get home and instantly empty your pockets into the pocket content bowl. I don't think I don't have a pocket content bowl. I just empty my pockets. I put them on a table for sure. see. Oh yeah, they absolutely do it that way too. Sorry. So the main thing while I'm learning things is I watch tutorials to make sure I do things correctly. So I apologize. I am looking at a tutorial. Yeah, they start with vertices. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do the thing that I was doing last time, where I'm trying to split the view. Nope. We're learning. We're learning. Vertical split. There we go. This way I have a profile view as well as a front view. I want both. Both are good. I love that you can do this in 3D. This is genuinely one of the coolest things where you can check all of your angles and not have to worry about it. I love this. Made something that was just a lot of straight lines. I don't even know how someone would start something like this. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting place. What type of tablet are you using? Thank you, Meta. Yeah, I'm using a 22-inch Pro Cintiq. I'm nervous to start this. My brain is like, ooh, you're nervous. And I'm like, shut up. I know. Shush. I know. All right, we're just going to start here and then we're going to go extrude. I hope I did this correctly. No, I'm probably going to want to move this actually. We're doing the best we can with the knowledge we got. I'm just going to get the general placements and then work on it from there. I want to add the ears separately. I'm going to extrude the ears later. I'm going to extrude the ears afterwards. Okay. Because, yeah, get the basic head shape down. And then mirror after you've done that. There we go. Okay. Oh, hello, Fail Sniper. Welcome in. Happy 55 streams. I'm gonna take a little bite of my oatmeal. Okay, what do I do next? Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I see. They actually treat it like a mask instead of a skull. Neat. Okay, maybe that's the better way to start then. Let's undo this. I'm learning. Hmm. Alerting. Knowledge. And Flaming, thank you for the ear wiggles. But yeah, this is what a lot of my learning in Blender streams look like. It's just like, how do they do that? And then look at a tutorial. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just watching a time lapse. Oh, they go way more detailed than I thought. Okay. Okay. So they create a plane. Okay, so they do what I did. Neat. Okay. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. You can always add more later, even if it's not the most efficient. But let's see. Maybe for the nose, actually, I want to add a couple more. Because it's going to connect to the eye. So let's do that. Also, I'm working, even though the mouse looks like I'm using a Cintiq, I'm actually using a mouse and keyboard. Even if it is on my Cintiq, because it's just easier with mouse to use Blender, I've found. Drive my immersion. No. No. Do girly. If that helps, go for it. Get it good. Thank you. Next you tell us you're not a real goblin. Perish the thought. Perish the thought. Who said that? No. What was long? So also wasn't I just have a daughter who's an Amazon warrior. Oh, cool. He's actually a halfling. Perish the thought. Perish the thought. Okay. Okay. Hmm. They use knife cuts. Okay. So that's how they did it. Clever. What's the difference between a goblin and a gremlin? Goblin is a D&D class. Or just like a creature, a fake creature. Depending on what culture you're from. Gremlin can be anyone. Anyone could be a gremlin. At least that's my take on it. Hmm. Oh, they haven't even done that. Okay. Hmm. This person starts with modeling the eyes. Okay. Maybe that's what we'll do for now. So a knife cut is K. Okay, undo that. We're not gonna do knife cuts. Gremlins from that one movie called Gremlins. Yeah. The ones you're not supposed to feed after midnight. Morning, Ho. Goblin in the blender. Make a goblin smoothie. Something I should add to the stream. Properties. There we go. There we go. That is not the right one. There we go. She's watching a tutorial. There we go. That way, if I'm ever quiet, y'all be able to see why. Because that's basically what I'm doing. Is just like, how do you do this? As it just said. Brother's dog was a gremlin this morning. I think he's still gone. Animals can be gremlins. Yes. I can't get them wet. Can't let them do that either. Jeez. There's a lot of rules with gremlins. Why did they get them? Jasper, thank you for 100 change. Got to the timelines ago. Only 3 hours left instead of 6. Good job. Congratulations. I tell her as well, honey, and tell her she's cute and adorable, and we're all grateful to have her in our lives. Take it easy, Jasper. You have a good one, okay? Interesting. This is all the same plane. So this person, Preachu, the way they make it is they use one. So we'll call it a face. And they separate it later, I guess. Okay. Okay. Never. What do you mean, Jasper? Never. Be good. Have fun. Now, how do I add a vertice? Let's see. How to add vertice. Ah. Time Dragon. Yeah, you're absolutely allowed to ask for the tutorial link. It's less of a tutorial, more of a I'm just watching how someone is doing it. I'm just watching Preachu's, how Preachu does it. What I will do for this is I'm gonna add a modifier. Wait, do I add modifier in object mode? There we go. On the x-axis, okay. Then we go back into edit mode. Excuse me. Now let's see. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Excuse me. Watching a tutorial, aka watching someone do it and reverse engineer how to do it. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you. Always search for stuff to save in the future reference. Yeah, absolutely. I like this person's model, so I very specifically wanted to study their stuff. Okay. Oh, I see. That's how they do it. Okay. They make a face and then put the eyes behind, I think. Does that look about right? Kinda. Love the cozy music? Yeah, it's Lo-Fi Girl. It's just Lo-Fi Girl's Christmas music for this year. Ooh, it's pretty good. Good for relaxing. There we go. There you go. They're merged now. Excellent. This doesn't look too bad. I had no idea. Winter lo-fi? Genius concept. Yeah, it's Christmas lo-fi. I had to repost my masterpiece in show chat. Ooh, let me check. Love that Enderman. It looks good. Ooh. Plugbear's art's getting good. Cinderella reignited my belief that Honey is secretly Ned Flanders. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Howdy ho, neighbor. Ned Flanders is kind of a fun concept. Just a guy who's chill. Lady Inertia, I started getting into Blender and I'm having fun making models. I'm working on feet, but I'm super happy to see you making a 3DU. It's so cute. Thank you. I'm working on it. I'm learning. We're doing the best we can. But what we got? All right. So for this one, let's go to this angle. Whoop. And then we're going to move the eyes. So, whoop. G, no. I want to scooch things over. What is the brush to do that? Here we go. No. Transform, maybe? No, not it. I have to do this manually. Oh. Okay. I don't know the tool to make this go backwards in groups. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. We're doing it manually for now, I guess. I guess. What about there? Oh, so that's pretty good up here. You can enable proportional editing by clicking that tiny target symbol near the top of the window to move everything together. The targets. This thing? What's a hotkey for that? Under rendering. And then what would you press? Because I don't know what tool to use when you hit that. Oh? No, that turns it. Just that, yeah, but what tool do you use to move things? G for blender. Yeah, but if I just press this. That's the other problem with Blender is looking stuff up is extremely difficult. I was talking to a client yesterday. That was English. I was talking to a client yesterday, and they said something that very much was true, where it's like, you don't know what you don't know. Like, I have no idea what all of these things are called. Scroll mouse wheel for movement strength. Yeah, that's true, but like, how would you do it like this? Because this is one piece. What if I just want like a brush tool that moves like a handful of things that I'm hovering over? I don't know how to do that. LOCs. Have you done any other tutorials for Blender before? Or is this your first time? I've learned a bit of the basics, but I've never really watched tutorials because I cannot watch them. I lose interest too fast. If you don't know what a thing is called, it can be very hard to find info on how to use it. Yep. One of the ways I've done 3D is doing a sculpt, then repo on top of it. Proportional editing tool. So this thing. Yep. But if I just press O, all it does is move everything. That's what I mean, is like, I don't know how to describe the thing. Like, do y'all know what a mesh tool is? O enables and disables it. Yes. Do y'all know what a mesh tool is in CS Paint? Best you can do is select the center of vertices and proportionally edit the area that covers what you want to move. While it's on, you just move the verts you want. So I'm actually going to turn that off, because when I turn it on, it moves everything. That is not what I'm looking for. Big transform net? Yes, that one's Snail's Face. The big transform net. Because the strength is too high. How do you reduce the strength? Try the scroll wheel to reduce strength. It's just scrolling. Sindel, thanks for the breathe. While it's grabbed. Don't know if that's correct. While in G, hit G first. Okay. That's A direction. G. Scroll down. Oh, I see. It was just too big. Okay, so that's what I mean. Is like, I don't know how to ask for that online. Like, there's no way of doing that without having someone to ask questions and get feedback from. So thank you for helping. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, no amount of tutorials I could search for and don't know what it's called will ever be able to help, versus streaming it and asking someone who knows, or going to a class and going like, how do you do this? It's hard to put Blender problems into words. Yep, absolutely. It's hard to put a lot of art things into words generally, because of just the way it's set up. Art is a visual language a lot of the times. There are like ways that you can do it not visually, such as writing, but that's not Blender or CS Paint. wonder if I have to move the reference down. Oh yeah, it's hovering. That's why. There we go. We'll call it back ref. Front ref. Blah! My ball! Ah! There we go. That looks a bit better. Hey, Leon. I was playing anatomy bingo with my nephew. It's funny how he can identify images such as the nerve or circulatory system, but gets stuck with simpler ones like molar or eyebrow. They're very specific. You get to learn a lot of things in school, and sometimes you don't learn specific enough things. But also, thank you for the lurk time, Dragon. Get some sleep. Land. The issue with ease of access with Blender for people has gone so far. There's folks to make the UI more understandable. I fear I'm too deep in the trenches to move away from it. I've been getting like clickbait video recommendations, so when I see putting her in a blender, I instantly think, what would the clickbait title be? Came up with, well, respected art streamer Honey streamed people putting people in a blender. No, I put her into Blender. This one might need to go a little bit more forward. Or actually, the next one I can move back. Ah, I see. That's what proportional editing does. Okay. There we go. That seems to outline the eye pretty well. Now this sticks out way too much, but it gets the eye right on the profile. So how do I fix that? I'll probably have to just move it down here, actually. So the way it looks in 2D is not always correct versus the way it looks in 3D. That's one of the big things that I am learning. Okay, that's looking a lot closer. It's very important to view your model from 45-degree angle to get the final shape right, not just side and front. Yeah, the 3/4, if I'm not mistaken, is what it's called. Okay. We're working on it. We're learning. Okay. Then they create faces and loop cut what they need. I see. Okay. 3D space sure is interesting, huh? How's it feel coming back to it again? Feels alright. It's more the hotkeys that I was struggling with for a long time. So it's nice to come back to it and go like, oh, actually, I kind of get this. We're learning. Learning. 3D is not simple. I don't know why people are like, oh, 3D is easy. It's not. Ugh, I can make the reference sheets, no problem. But in 3D space, I have to consider how things might look in a different way. What? Nice, lovely to hear. Sounds like ground is being broken in your learning journey. Absolutely. If you select the vertices and hit F, they'll create an edge. Oh yeah, if you select 3 plus vertices, it creates a face. Yeah. I'm gonna do that with this here. 2, 3, F. Nope. I have to create 4, F. There we go. That's a face. Working 3D is certainly an acquired taste, but I think I prefer it over 2D. I like both so far. Even though I haven't learned all of 3D, there is a charm to 3D that I can see where I can go with it. It's really nice. There we go. So now if I remove the X-ray view, y'all will be able to see it a little better. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, there we go. So you can see gently making the face slowly. Spent the last 3 weeks making my own model in Blender. Super cool to see what you're getting into it. Yeah, it's tough for sure. I am definitely taking my time learning and making sure I am trying to learn the best way. Talk to the people who don't get to see the rad Dino Boy Honey made. Yeah, no, unfortunately it was saved onto the class computer, so didn't get to see it. That's okay. That's okay. I know it sucks. But we gotta be strong. It's okay. Also, Axel, thank you for the hydrate. Zendel, thank you for the breathe and the posture check. Also, Plugbear, your art's getting real good. I've been seeing your pencil sketches in show chat. They look great. You're definitely growing. I have seen what you used to draw like, and now what you've drawn is like, oh yes, more confident in the pencil. Good. Thank. I don't remember much of Blender. I took a course back in college and I ended up making a motorcycle carousel. I think the assignment was to do something with circles. Circles are really hard to do in 3D, genuinely. But of course, driving straight into the face is not the deepest end. It's certainly not the kiddie pool. Yeah. I'm doing my best. It's not the easiest way to do it, but it's not the worst way from what I have seen. Definitely very complex, but you know, we're learning. We're doing the best we can. Okay, so this person starts with the nose. Okay, let's start with that. There we go. Starting with the nose, I see truly most important part of the face. Can't boop the gobo without a nose. My nose is actually a little more rounder, but because we're going low poly, we are making it a little pointier here. Here. This way we can kind of see how it's being built. Looks kind of like armor the way it is right now. It's fun. Honey's first Blender 3 bottle, so proud. Thank you! It's not done yet, but honestly, I'm making enough progress that I can go like, this is neat. You know, maybe I won't attach these actually to these. Let's change that up. Because instead of doing that, this person loop some knife cuts. Let's practice a knife cut. There. To there. And there. And then enter to apply. Yeah, there we go. Good. Okay, so I remember how to do knife cuts. Nice. Nose arbor. Your nose is very sensitive. Protect it. Balrog, as someone who's been using the 3D software since I was a wee babe, your mileage by the donut tutorial may vary. If you learn how to add and edit geometry, apply modifier, and edit materials, you should be pretty well started. I did follow the tutorial, but nothing really clicked when I did the donut tutorial, unfortunately. And that's okay. It just meant that, like, for me, I would need something different. I would need to learn a different kind of tutorial. I think for me, because of the way my brain works, I like really practical applications. So not understanding why I needed to use modifiers versus sculpting on my own was very helpful. Okay. Any reason we chose Blender for 3D stuff? It's free and has the most tutorials. I can't really think of any other programs that I would want either. All right, we're gonna make this work. It has the most tutorials because it's free and open source too, so you can develop your own plugins. Yep. There is a big community for it, and it's very helpful that way. I'm gonna have to watch this from the beginning later to see how you got started. So maybe you started with a plan and you're extruding the vertices and filling. Yes, absolutely. So I will share again what I am following. This is the video I am following. This person's low poly models are beautiful. I personally love them. So I'm just kind of following what they're doing. It's a learning experience. I also can't remember, but there's like a meme kind of in 3D modeling for VR chat where people are like, use triangles. And I'm like, why would you need to use triangles? It's not that I'm doubting you. It's just I'd like to understand why. Because wouldn't that be adding more? Wouldn't that be adding more things to it and making it heavier on your computer? VR chat turns quads into tries. Oh. So is it better to have the tries before putting it into VR chat? Hey nerd, welcome in. Quads will become triangles when imported into game engine anyways. Oh, okay. So would would it be better to make things out of tries, or because it automatically does it, is that fine and I don't have to worry about it? Allows you to know how many polys you'll have in VR chat. Oh, okay. Eureka. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. Your nose looks funny? Thanks. I love to laugh. And Lady Zendra, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. How was your streams? If you're just VTubing, it won't be a problem. I do want to put it into VR chat. That's the main goal. Using it for VTubing is great, but VR chat is really the place where I want it to be because I want to potentially do like community events, and I think that could be fun. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. What is going on? Dark Wolf Girl, thank you for the raid. And Bat in the Attics, thank you for the raid. Welcome on it. Were y'all playing a game together? Supermarket together. Okay, so were y'all playing Supermarket together? Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, okay. Yes, you were? Gotcha. I see. We are so good at capitalism. My condolences. How you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing? That's good. That's a good one. But welcome on in, raiders. My name is Honey. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. Whoop. I am a absolute noob when it comes to Blender, and today I wanted to work in Blender to make myself a low poly VR chat or VTubing model. Let me show you the reference real quick. This is the profile view. Put it in object mode so y'all can see. There we go. We just started. This is like the beginning where I'm starting with the face and head. But yeah. Ta-da! I drew this yesterday on stream as a reference sheet, and now I am blending myself, really. So, yeah. Yeah. But I hope playing Supermarket together was fun. Whenever I play games where I am working a customer service job, I get like the customer service PTSD where I start panicking and everything falls apart so fast. I'm like, oh gosh, I hate this place. I've hate this place so much. Don't forget to save. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for the reminder. Just save. But welcome on in, writers. My name is Honey. It's a pleasure to meet all y'all. For the most part, we do art here, but we also play FromSoft games. So we have a good time. No, don't make yourself the sweet goblin smoothie. But what if I want to put her into the blender? I'm putting her into blender now, as we speak. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. Now I'm just picturing Honey. Yes, I know that about that community of Blender. I'll do one not safe for work piece. Cuts to Honey 3D modeling herself balancing on a precariously placed wheelchair while balancing a basketball on her nose. OSHA would not approve. Honey Goblin doing a stroll through the Silent Hill 2 world in VR chat as Honey Goblin herself will be glorious. I think it would be fun. I think it would be really fun. Considering I'm running on 4 hours sleep and at best and being up for 9 already, my brain is soup, so I'm gonna not force myself to draw. Yeah, take it easy, Plug Bear. Get some rest and chill. If you didn't get much sleep, relax, see if you can take a nap. Make sure you get some good food in you. That's probably the best thing you can do. But Bat, Dark Wolf, Zentra, and Yuriza, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate y'all. Trust me with your community. Thank you so much. This is very kind of you. I hope you had fun. I'm so glad you were good at capitalism in that game. I do not dare play customer service games. To me, they are scarier than horror games in a lot of ways. Like they're both bad. but there is a certain stress that reactivates when I am playing customer service games. It's rough. Random questions, so they can't decide. Who should I draw, my Superman or Supergirl design? Ooh. Ooh, dang. I don't know what the designs look like. I'm always biased because, like, I think Supergirl is a very fun character. Superman is a very fun character as well, but I heard that the Supergirl movie is coming out soon, so I was like, oh, interesting. I did not know they were making that. Sorry, I'm biting my lip. Supergirl is also more relevant at the moment with the new trailer. Oh, really? I wonder what that means. The way you describe it sounds intense. I shudder to think about the experiences you've had. I did my time. I did my 2 years customer service. It was pretty bad. Like, there is a part of me that goes, I believe, now this is perhaps a hot take, so consider this. I believe that everyone should be forced, you know, to a certain extent, to work a customer service job for 2 years. And not just like, oh yeah, you do customer service on the weekends. No, that is your full-time job for 2 years. Because not only does it give you some good team building skills, but it also teaches you, hey, if something goes wrong with your order or something, they're doing their best. Be chill. You gotta be chill. Because you can tell when someone has not worked customer service. Some people are great, even if they haven't. But you can tell which people really haven't worked customer service. And it's like, oh, you didn't learn empathy. Okay, I see. 2 years kind of crazy work, but yeah, I get it. Yeah. That's a strong stance, tomatoes. Customer service really depends on your boss. If your boss has your back, it's a world of difference. If you know they're going to leave you out to dry. Yep. Customer service is difficult either way, but there definitely is a difference when your boss is cool and does not take shit from customers. And they have the nerve to tell you how to do your job. Oh, absolutely. Favorite thing where it's just like when you tell someone, yeah, we don't have that. We haven't got this one. And they're like, oh, can you check the back? And you're like, okay. So you go and check the back, see nothing's there, and then just like, I'm gonna chill for like 2 minutes because this one is not on me. I should not lose my cool. And then you come back and go, sorry, no, I checked the back. With like the exact customer service voice. Because here's the thing. Everyone has a customer service voice, but a lot of people haven't learned how to use it properly. I am not using my customer service voice when I am streaming. I am using my presenter voice, which is different. A customer service voice, like an example of a customer service voice would be like, "Hi, how's it going? What would you like?" You know, it's a lot more high energy for a small burst interaction. But when you're streaming, some people still have that. However, I like to call it a presenter voice, where it's like I can do this for a longer period of time, and it will not damage my vocal cords, you know? Oh, we're in object mode. We gotta go in edit mode. Think, ma'am, I'm sorry. We don't sell duck anymore. Yeah. Worked as a driver and a machine worker, and I'm blessed with my really cool and funny customers. There are some times where your job does have some customer service, but people are cool. Johnny, I haven't, but I'd like to believe I'd be decent. I've had to assist coworkers and customers while being in a job at Ewald Amazon warehouse. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one invested in helping. I'm so sorry, Johnny. That sounds stressful as heck. Please take care of yourself working at the warehouses. It's a very dangerous, labor-intensive job. Yeah, that's tough. Work is difficult. I remember there was like drama. There is every time that it happens, but like there was discourse where someone was like, "Oh, streaming is such a hard job," and then most of the cool streamers are like, "Bro, no, what? What do you mean? Yeah, that work goes into it, but is it more difficult than customer service? No, no, it is not. it can be stressful in different ways, but the level of stress is very different depending on whether or not you can survive off of it, you know? Money, thank you for the ear wiggles, and Johnny, thank you for the posture check. Where I have served in those trenches. Thank you for your service. But yeah, a lot of people do not appreciate what they have, unfortunately, and it shows. Hi, Stitch. Honestly, I enjoy chances I get to help others. Makes me feel useful. Knowing I solve someone's problems, confidence boosting. That's great. Here's the other thing that is really important to consider is like if someone likes customer service and wants to do that job. Oh shoot, I did not grab it correctly. They should be paid a living wage. Like all jobs should be paying a living wage. Why is this snapping back? What the heck is happening? Why is it locked on the axis? It's axis locked for some reason. Anyone know why that is? Still serving those trenches. It's been over a decade. That's the thing. It is work that needs to be done, and if there are people that enjoy it, great. But they should be compensated fairly. Like, doesn't matter what your job is. It really does not matter what your job is. You should be paid a living wage. It locks Vert's mirror center. You're clipping on mirror modifier. Oh. I see. I wonder if this fixes it. Oh. I see. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Kurlak. Okay. I just do this. What does this work? Oh, it does. Sick. Let's go. It works. I selected too many things. Undo. Undo. Okay. Now, if we look at this, it does look like armor. It looks like face armor. Neat. Okay. We're learning. By the way, you don't need to extrude and merge the vert every time. To make a line, you can just select the two verts and press it. Oh. Okay. Gotcha. I will try my best to remember that. Let's see. Whew, okay. Little stretch. Right now it's looking like a sword hilt. It kind of does look like a sword hilt. Little stretch. Oh, I guess that's why there's so many posters, people holding swords in front of their faces. Clips in our I earn 1.52K monthly. From your job, they should be paying you more. Like, it's great when you stock and store and know you don't have the product. You just go back anyway because they'll fight you. Yeah. It's just like you go to the back and you just sit there for a second and go like, yep, I already know the answer to this, but they want to see me physically walk into the back rooms and search for their beloved product. And then only for me to come out and say, no, it's not there because I already know the answer. Okay, how am I going to do this? That really is how it is in customer service. Are you going to model a mouth or are you going to just plaster mouth texture? I do want to model a mouth. So I do know you have to put a mouth bag in there. So I'm trying to figure that out. Anyone working full-time should be noticeably above the poverty line, period. All their jobs should be scaled off that. Yep, absolutely. Mouth bag is such a funny term to me. It cracks me up every time. Yeah, so with models for 3D and 2D, there's a thing called a mouth bag. It's where you clip for 2D, you clip the teeth, tongue, and inside mouth into that mouth bag so it never leaves the visible bag. for 3D, as far as I understand, you create like an actual bag inside of the head. It's very cool. I think a simple low poly model, she said, modeling lip topography. Yeah. The mouth can be extruded from the lip seam, which you can rip later on after the face and head are close to done. Thank you, Azza. That is good to know. It confirms what I was hoping was true, where it's like, I think I can probably just rip something open. It would be strange in Blender if you couldn't rip things apart, but now I know. For mouse, you can extrude a set of verts around the lips to expand out. Yeah. Live 2D and 3D modeling might as well be rocket science to me. As an artist with 2 brain cells, that's intimidating, and I'm always impressed by people learning it. Rip is V. I tried that down. One sec. I have a notebook. Okay. My pencil. I dropped it. Okay. To rip seams is V. Example, mouth line opening. Excellent. Okay. Limpin' baby, thank you for the sub. Welcome on into the tavern. I hope you're doing good. That's crazy to me because, like, you fill this bag with anatomy and adorn it with teeth. Yep. 3D and 2D is like the illusion of something that exists in the space. Art is kind of an illusion, and it's very cool to see it come to life depending on what medium you're looking at. Rocket science is hard if you don't bother with the math. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah. The brief time I worked at McDonald's, a lady complained that her kid already had 2 out of the Happy Meal toys available and had copies. I went back and grabbed the box, still 80% full, and said, "This is all they've given us, the same 2 toys." She rooted through and walked out in a huff. Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it just is like that. You have to show them that what they want can't be done, and then they will still be upset if they're real bad about it, and if they don't, then it's like, okay. Still a horrible interaction, but, you know. Okay. Bottom of the nose. The lip. I'm learning. Brain is expanding. Difference between a rocket and a bomb is well-designed whole. I mean, I guess so, yeah. Wish I could not bother with math in general. Don't like numbers. Numbers are great. They are very important. They lead to a lot of good things. It can be difficult to learn if you don't have good teachers, though. For sure. Okay. Now, how do they do this? Okay. So that's what they do. Let's make the width of the nose. I've seen images of face topology for stylized models. They were a nice frame of reference for me when I was trying to figure out what everything should look like, especially mouth and eye loops. I haven't looked at too many complex face topologies. I've been mostly looking at low poly ones. See you later, Yeet Raptor. Well, but before I go try, almost certainly in vain, to take a nap, I wish to remind Honey there is a doodle in fan art. Also, snail sketch from last night. Let's go. Let me check. Let's see. Oh, it's so cool. Ah, Snails, this is so pretty. What the heck? It's going for Fallen Angel, but also feeling when you get to lie down. Oh, Snails, you're so good. Ooh. That looks cool. I love the half cloak, Flugbear. That looks sick. And a hand feet. Ooh, that looks cool. Love how the cloak opens up on the arm. That's beautiful. Oh, thank you, Flugbear. Snails, that's so nice. It's beautiful. Heidi's brain is expanding. She might end up looking like Modok. It's blowing up like a balloon, filling with knowledge. When you said brain is expanding, my first thought was that brain scene in Jimmy Neutron's old cartoon. Oh my god, Jimmy Neutron. What a throwback. The past. Okay, so this is how they do it. Okay, okay. I don't think I need to do that. I'm just watching how someone does topology for their model. Hmm. Mine feels very simplified. Okay. Whoa. Zindel, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you very, very much. Jump scare. That did get me. I was watching a tutorial, then I saw it pop up. I was like, oh. Oh. It caught me by surprise. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Oh. My brain is like, how do I proceed from here? I'm watching the tutorial going like, okay, what's the next step? It's easy to surprise a goblin. Yes, we are very jumpy. Very jumpy for the most part. But I hope you're doing well, Zindel, thank you. Oh, I see they do the eyes next. Okay. How do they do the eyes? Oh, that's how they did it. They extruded the eyes here after deleting these. Okay. Let's try that. Select the edges here. Delete. Edges. Oh, okay. And then what they did instead was they grabbed all these. E and then scale. That's what they did. Why is it looking weird from that angle? But okay. Whatever, we'll make do. Okay. Okay. Hope everyone's a good weekend. If I don't make it back before we raid out, hope you folks stay warm and cozy and do many good arts. To bed would be good luck, Plugbear. I hope you have a good nap. Okay, like it. Thank you for the breathe. Alrighty. Is your front view reference in the center? Yes. Well, the front view is here. This profile view is here. I'm trying to do my best to work on this. I'm looking at a tutorial and seeing how someone else does their topology. Okay. Okay. I'm in 3D space. Uh, front view. It might be clipping. Oh, you know what? You're actually right. It probably is clipping. Because yeah, the front view. Object mode. There we go. Yeah, it is absolutely in the model. I think you're right. Looks like a persona mask. Thank you, Curlock. You're right. What I'll do is I will push it back in 3D space. I'll probably push this one back in 3D space as well. That way they're still showing up, but they're not going to be in the model. Perfect. You never see it coming. Kind of looks like you're wearing a masquerade mask. Kinda, yeah. Ooh. There we go. Okay, good. Here to idle with you? Thank you. Thank you for the company. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I'm just thinking Vie en Rose. That was good pizza. Oh, glad you had good pizza. Had some spicy ranch with it. Ooh. Thank you for the save and flaming. It's 8 p.m. Gonna cook pasta spinach for late dinner. Ooh. Have a good pasta dinner. The Cubson. Or Cubson. With all the hotkeys that control some form of movement, G for move, R for rotate, E for extrude, you can press X, Y, Z to control what axis they work on. Yeah. It's a good trick. It's a very good trick. Thank you for that. Okay, it's starting to look like a 3D model a bit. That's good. Use a shift X, Y, Z to extrude the axis from the transformation. Shift X, Y, Z to extrude the axis from the transformation. Oh. That might be something related to a problem I was having the other day. One sec. Let me write that down. Shift X, Y, Z to extrude that axis from the transformation. Okay. Make sure your PC monitor isn't on a high precipice so Honey doesn't fall on her face when she comes through. She's coming. She's coming out. Trying to be Honey, you're an inspiration. Thank you for being so awesome. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. I am glad I have somehow inspired you. I don't know what I've done, but thank you. Very chill music. I like it. Falls to this Max Comfy vibes. Thank ya. We try to keep it cozy and chill. Alright, let's see what they do next. Okay, it seems they loop cut it to add more for the nose. Which I guess makes sense. It's not bad right now, but it looks kind of pointy. Yeah, it's a little pointy right now. So let's make it a little rounder. Slow and steady. This case, they choose it at the bridge here. Gotcha. And then knife cut from here to here to here to here to here to here down to the lip. Oh, I created an extra one by accident. Delete the vertice. I'm learning. I'm learning. Yeah. Looks like a Persona 5 mask. Keep it up. Thank you. We are learning for sure. Oh gosh, it was so close. There we go. And now we're going to scooch it over a little bit. Definitely does look like a Persona mask. Let's see. Still looks a little pointy, but that's okay. We're getting the fine edges out. I think I'm gonna go have an amazing rest of your day and stream, and the model's looking great so far. Bye. Thank you, nerd. Take it easy. The Phantom Gob. If I remember correctly with Persona, one of my friends was complaining about Persona at one point, and they were like, yeah, the really annoying thing about Persona is that they all have these really cool alter egos that go against the norms, and then at the end they just settle for going back to the norm, and it's like, what do you mean? Why are they like that? If you're going to smooth things out, it might be worth rounding and reducing some of the sharp corners of the faces. Gotcha. Okay. Hi, Abernu. Welcome in. Okay, let's see if we can soften the nose a little bit. The schnoz. Hmm. I wonder if this will soften it a little bit. Oh yeah, this softens it a bit. It's still going to be sharp at the point, but definitely feels a little less sharp here. Okay, that's good. Jeff, we're here to fight the status quo. Okay, now that we fought the status quo, it's back to the status quo. That seems to be the case with Persona games, unfortunately. Edge is so sharp it could be a solid Porygon cosplay. Will be funny. Okay, let's see what they do next. They're just filling out the face now. Okay. Oh, I see. Neat. Okay, let's fill out the face then. We're following this tutorial, or more process. Phantom D funny. Success rate 0. Keeps feeling bad about stealing and returns the items. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like to be mean. It's not fun for me. Not a fan personally, but that's okay. Kind of going off the cheekbones here. And does it merge them? No, they're not merged. Oh, I think they are. Never mind. Interesting. Oh, no, they're not. I see. Even during her villain arc, Honey felt bad and apologized. I can't be evil for very long. I mean, I could kind of. One of the things my friends and I did is we played evil characters in a campaign. It was very fun because we got to be just intentionally evil, and it was glorious. You got to be so mean and so nasty. That's why I usually have auto merge active. Oh, you can do that? I didn't know that. Maybe it's more so kind of like superheroes, like how Incredibles put it. I mean, who wants to be super all the time? But that's just a guesstimation. I haven't played it. Who wants to be super all the time? That sounds stressful, honestly. I have to wait for my work thing. Be safe. I can't catch you more. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. It's good to see you. Thank you. Villain Honey was more like lightly mischievous scamp Honey. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be mean. I feel bad to be mean. Nice ice scene. Repels through the skylight. Baseball slides under lasers. Fools pressure and sensors with bubblegum. Draws smiley face on big diamond. Leaves. Vandalism. Just a little graffiti. Good luck with the project. Have fun. Bye. See you later, Gino. Thank you for coming. Just a Widow Evil as a tweet. Ooh, it kind of looks like a mask. Yeah. Okay. This is slow going, and I'm sure a more experienced Blender model artist would go like, ah, yes, this could be more efficiently done this way. But I'm learning. I'm learning and trying to figure it out. We're not yet there yet, but that's okay. Hmm. Hmm. Never forget, made exist, then make it good. For what it's worth, everything's pretty solid so far. Thank you. I'm definitely going slow. Like, I am definitely going in a very slow way. That's okay. It's making my brain think. That's good. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a little triangle here. Because triangles are fine as far as I understand. Learning is a good thing and going slow to capture is great. Thank you. I always good to take things slowly when learning. Do my best. Let's see. So that's how they do that. I'm trying to just I'm trying to visualize it like I would visualize a 3D skull, which is kind of why I did the skeleton first, is so I can kind of visualize the bones and how the topology would need to stretch. Unrelated, prepping my characters for a D&D one-shot tomorrow. If you have any ideas on fun characters for a Christmas, Yuletide themed one-shot, I take it. There's Krampus, there's the classics of a little elf. What else is there? Stretch. That's a question for chat too? Yeah, if you got suggestions. Elves, stockings, Christmas coal. You could have candy monsters. Or snowball monsters like snowmen, ice monsters. Maybe a monster that disguises itself as a reindeer. Could be fun. Yule Cat? Is Frosty an ice golem? That's a great question, Cyber. I'm not sure. I think he is. Nutcracker. Yep. Sorry, 1 second. Just stretching. I'm definitely shrimping. Unshrimp, honey. Unshrimp. Tinsel spinnerets. I wouldn't add too many triangles in the beginning. Gotcha. Okay. I can smell the shrimping. You can hear it. Hmm. What happens if I do this? Hmm. Okay. Very interesting that it does that. I'm still learning how faces get created. Very neat. Wide. Wide head. Hmm. Sorry, the comparison already made, but it reminds me of a Joker from Persona's mask. Yeah, it does. I said that while I was making it. I'm like, it does feel like a Persona mask. I don't know if that's good. I'm just learning. Okay. It's a cool aesthetic. It does look neat. Don't know if it makes a good model, but it makes a cool look. My bad, got you with background vibes. No worries. It's all good. We're learning. Holy nong. Oh, a little stretch. This is your first time 3D modeling? Yeah, I haven't really 3D modeled much before. I made a little skeleton, but I didn't get past the modeling phase. I still have to figure out how to rig the face. But yes, this is the first time and I'm figuring it out. Oh, my bowl. Hmm. You imagine it'd be a lot of work to make it as expressive as your 2D. I don't know. 3D seems like it's pretty expressive. 2D I'm definitely more comfortable with, but 3D I figure if I practice enough, it'll probably get to be just as, if not similar, or maybe more expressive. Because I don't know. 3D is pretty expressive. I am definitely a slow and steady learner. Feel the total opposite. With 2D, my brain has to be 3D rendering engine is hard. Really? I guess it's different depending on what medium you're trained in. Yeah. I find 2D is much more approachable for me because I grew up doing it. But 3D is a different thing for me. 3D is a whole different beast. I'm taming this beast. Please merge. I for sure know I'm making beginner mistakes. That's okay. I'm just doing my best. I know I said this is low poly. It's not exactly low poly. I'm just doing my best to make it low poly-esque kind of vibes. Yep, that's the beginning of the cheek. It's pretty low poly, honestly. Low poly is pretty high range. Really? My brain assumed that this was already adding too many points. But just goes to show that I don't exactly know what I'm talking about. Hmm. 3 times gonna be fun. I'm excited to try it. I don't know how far I'll get. I want to get all the way. Because maybe that'll be good. Mismatch Mimic, thank you for the raid. And Kavix, thank you for the raid. Welcome on. Stealing your kidneys. I need those. I need those to pee. That's important. Why are we stealing kidneys? Why are we going around stealing kidneys? Land. Bare minimum 1K low poly model, but certainly not Yandere similar toothbrush. What? You just need one. I mean, I would prefer to have both, honestly. I prefer to have both working well. Mismatch, I hope you had a fun time doing art. Kavix, let's see what you're up to. Oh, you're also doing art. What were y'all up to? People are hungry, my bad. What have you been feeding them? What are they eating? Honey, makes the low poly model. Also, honey, more polygons. Make them more. Absolutely nothing. No wonder they're starving. No wonder they're hungry. That's funny, though. But Kavix, thank you for the raid. As well as Mismatch Mimic, thank you very much for the raid. Did you just happen to raid at the same time, or were you both streaming together? Yeah, just the Yandere similar toothbrush. It's dense and polygons for nothing. Really? That game sounds like a nightmare. But Kavix, thank you so much for the raid. If you want to share your art, absolutely feel free to send a link to it to one of the mods. Same with you, Mismatch Mimic. Thank you so much for the raid. If you'd like to share, send it to the mod. Raid party or coincidence? That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Honey. We are just chilling today and taking it easy. I am doing my best to learn how to 3D model. It is going. I don't know if it's going good. It's going. It certainly is happening. Whether it is good or not, we'll find out at the end probably. But heyo, that's life, isn't it? Coincidence? Oh dang. I finished a new illustration. Can I share? Which mod? Absolutely. You can send it to any of the mods. Johnny, Meta Fallout, Mithrandir. They are here right now, so that's probably the best way to do it. There we go. A little softer on the nose. Yeah, a little softer. Maybe not that round there. Okay, that looks a bit better. Yeah. 3D is such a strange medium. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm going to just do my best. Whoop, wrong one. pretending to a mod that isn't here is a power move. It's a way for your art not to get shown on stream, for sure. Should have said something better than art tax, art tax. I learned 3D rigging on Maya years ago. It was a rough learning curve. It is definitely a learning curve. Like, your brain, if you are only trained in 2D, kind of revolts against it a little bit. Shared? Oh, thank you, Kavix. Mismatch Mimic as well, just a reminder, you can share if you'd like. If not, that is absolutely okay. If you have to raid and run, no worries. Same to you, Kavix. If you have to raid and run, absolutely no worries. It's all good. I'm trained in 3D modeling. Oh, dang, really? Welcome, Onuma. I am beginner of Blender, really. Not particularly skilled at it, but that's okay. Everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Oh yes, the pinned link at the top is the tutorial that I am following, so if you're wondering what that is. All these art skills feed into each other. That's what I'm kind of learning, is like knowing one can kind of help you with the others. And that's really cool. 3D modeling is hard for sure. Oh, thank you, Myth. When I was in high school, I took an animation class and we used a program called Maya. It was basic learner's program from back then, but it was still tough to get the hang of it. Ooh. Let's see. Mismatched. Also shared, I was drawing hero characters set the one I finished today. Ooh! Let me pull up my Clip Studio so that y'all can see it. It's just easier to share that way. Here we go. Clip Studio. Believe this was Mismatched Mimic's art. Ooh, nice. A very actiony pose. Well done. Loop around the eyes looks good. Oh, thank you, Onuma. But yeah, I like this. They got little glowing parts to them. Ooh. Fighting vines or tentacles. Both are good. I like how the eyes are very focused on the tentacle that she's caught. It's very, very nice. It's also like good motion too. There's a lot of good motion here. That one from Kavix or Mismatched? I think this is one from Mismatched. I'm remembering Kavix's style, and Kavix's style is a lot more sketchy line art and like sharp eyes. But yeah, I'm brand new. Thank you for the earwiggles. I was thinking the same motion there is a good dynamic pose. Yeah, they feed into each other really nicely. Like the line of action of the vine leads into the character, which the eye direction leads back into the focus, which is grabbing the vine. Very well done. Very, very good. Thank you for sharing. Sure, Johnny. Excellent. The colors are also nice. I like this kind of yellow, and the red goes with it. It's nice. Also, you got a little texture in the asphalt. Nice. I wonder if that's a brush. Or it could just be a texture that's put on a plane. Nice. But yeah, this is what we're working on. I did the front, back, and profile. So that's what we're working on 3D modeling. But yeah. Ah, thank you, Meta. Any mod except Johnny for the art text, it seems. For now, yeah. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, I think... Oh, my screen's too small for it. There we go. This is Kavix's art. Love the multiple-headed lamb. And the multi-eyed lamb. Very, very beautiful fabric, too. Do you use reference for this? Dang. This looks cool. Sorry, I'm just admiring the detail work. Look at that. Want a very creepy, beautiful vibe? Yeah, it's really, really nice. My brain is trying to break down like, okay, how did they do this? How did they start with this? There's so much to break down here. It's very, very cool. I love how it looks like you used I'm just guessing. I'm just speculating. They use the outline tool for these brushstrokes to add like the illusion of line art, which is such a smart move. I use it for making live 2D models. It's very, very cool. Oh my god, there's so many layers. There feels like there's so many layers of paint. Cavies is definitely one of those artists that like I feel like they have a much better understanding of composition and rendering and making things have a vibe with color that I just cannot grasp in the same way. Yeah, it mixes Clip Studio Paint and Paint Tools side brushes, two programs, double brushes, and tools. Dang, okay. References for my brain, I think. I'm used to doing clothing design. Ah, so the library of the mind. I see. Oh, that's so cool. Cause yeah, if I look up try to do ruffles like these, my brain's like, you need a reference. You just need a reference. You gotta. The hands are especially beautiful. Love how they look like they're holding very sturdy, holding the lamb very sturdy like, and as well as delicately. Very well drawn lamb too. I'm not very good at drawing lambs, but like the structure of the skull is very solid for both of them. They look great. Oh my gosh, it has multiple ears too. Cool. The Mind Palace. Thank you so much. I always love how you observe the art. Thank you. I love to look at other people's art because my brain goes like, "Ooh, I can study how to do this." Like the little shorts here contrasted with like the simplicity of the bottom to bring the focus up to here, the highest point of contrast, which is like inside of this little triangle is gorgeous. Love the overlapping like cracked branches. Gives the illusion of both nature and like something breaking. It's very cool. I love staring at art for the same reasons. Yeah, I love staring at art like this because there's so many small details. Like I don't. Is this a Gaussian blur? Like a gradiented Gaussian blur? Like there's so many pieces of this where I'm like, how did they use the tech here? How did they use the mirror tool? How did they do that effect? There's so many little bits and pieces that I'm like, I am eating this up and trying to absorb it so I can put it in my own art. You know? Described it perfectly how I want it to be seen. Oh, good. I'm glad. That means you conveyed it very, very well. So props to you for doing that. Much like you're gonna lurk. I'm gonna finish switching out my AC unit so I have heat for the rest of winter. Good idea. I hope that goes smoothly. But yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. There's a lot of thought into this, and I love looking at it. My brain at first was like, is this writing? And it might be. But it also could just be like extra, I say this in a positive light, could be extra noise. So noise used properly in a piece is great for helping the composition and focus, and it's so so cool. I was trying to be more brave and believing in me. It looks beautiful. You did an excellent job. I love this. Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Cavix. It's so beautiful. But yeah, check out the Twitter link that Meta posted. That is Cavix's I was gonna say I guess just an art profile. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for sharing on stream too. No worries. I'm very flattered when people share their art because it is so much fun to study. It's so much fun to observe art and learn from it. I am definitely in a stage of my art where I'm learning a different medium instead of improving the compositions and skills that I have because I feel like I've plateaued a little bit with my 2D art skills. So I went, you know what? Let's try 3D. See if that helps a little bit. See if that pushes me in the right direction. And so that's what we're doing today. I shall go now to work on my model. New toggles. Ooh, have fun. So excited for more things. Thank you. Have a good one, Kavix, and good luck with your model. What's the red twig? Oh, it's like a mirror crack effect, like a tarot card. Yeah. It's both a way of looking like a crack, but also like natural, like a tree branch. It's cool. But yeah. Fender, I feel that looking at art is a great way to improve, get you thinking about new ways to improve. Absolutely. Looking at art inspires more art, and it's lovely. I think it's one of the most amazing things. I think I should switch up my line art style to be more sketchy. Sketchy line art sometimes gets a bad rep because people are like, oh, my lines are so sketchy. It's like, that's not bad. There are times when you want your line art to be sketchy. Move it down a little bit. Giving the illusion of the mouth line here. I'm curious to the use of mostly rectangles. They seem to randomly choose which two corners to resolve into triangles. Do you plan on subdividing them later? Great question. I don't actually know. I'm such a beginner that I've been looking at someone else's tutorial and going like, this is kind of right. I don't understand why they use triangles for some things and not others, but I'm doing my best, you know? You can subdivide later? Oh, thank you, Steez. I appreciate it. Let's see. How do they do this? Oh, okay. Next step, they do the forehead. Oh, they extrude. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So extrude up. We're gonna do it to the brow. Yeah, okay. Let's see. You mainly want to keep squares because they transform nicely. Triangles, not so much. There are rare instances you want triangles, but I don't know the exception myself. Gotcha. I've heard that in VR chat, the program automatically makes things into triangles, so that's actually really good to know. Let's actually delete that one. I want to extrude from out here. We're going so slow and so carefully. Going good. Plus this looks low poly, but it isn't really. Most models are smooth shaded. That looks better. This is very much a trust the process section. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Can I get a That's me. That's what I sound like when I wake up. Is this for like VR chat? So yeah, the main thing I wanted to make this for was all purposes. I wanted to learn how to make a model that I could rig in VR chat or rig for VR chat and 3D modeling and animation. I want to kind of get a sense for how they work and test it out, you know? Find what medium works best for me. There are a few cases where you want to turn a quad into two triangles because it auto-triangulates in a way that looks off. Odd normals or it looks concave when it should be convex, for example. Oh, okay. What it's worth, all GPUs convert models into triangles. That's how they render them. Okay. Hmm. Get back here. Oh, okay. Viewport shading is too intense. What does this do? Show overlays. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Oh no, are building one half then mirroring? Yeah, so I've mirrored it first instead of doing it halfway, because that way I can tell what it looks like. Let's do the jaw. I'm kind of just estimating with the jaw, doing my best. All right, that's pretty good. Oh, I just set down the stream. It's really cool to see Honey dip her toes into Blender. Trying something new is always neat, especially if it's 2D artist trying out 3D art. Yeah, I'm giving it a shot. I know it's not going to be amazing or the best ever, but it's definitely something that I wanted to experiment with and learn. So I will do my best to learn. There we go. No, don't put her in the blender. No. On a side note, I think faces in the middle's normal are flipped the wrong way. Why can't you see them some render modes? Alt and N replicated outside should fix. Dandyman, thank you for the resub. Happy 7 months. 7 months, but quietly. Thank you for the hydrate. Johnny. Posture check randomer. And the savior work, Johnny, and breathe. Thank you. Triangle is just the smallest number of vertices you need to create a face in 3D, so they run with that. Oh. Back when real-time 3D was being developed, people tried quads here and there, but mainly died out. Oh. If that was a mood board or a reference board you had earlier, adding a reference to edge loops to see how they flow would help build a face that can deform evenly when rigged. Oh. Edge loops. Edge loops. Blender. Not gonna lie, honey, I have a few Kokatsu party models that I'd like to import in Gary's mod myself. The fact that you can import your models into games is really cool. I think it's fascinating. I'd mod Steez into so much more stuff, but learning modding and how to set up compilers is beyond me. No idea. No idea. I don't know how to mod anything really. I know how to add extensions in certain programs, and modding in some games like Baller 3 is fun. Cubson. Port status. Galaxy conquering is going well. Fought a few enemy ships, but nothing the Navy can't destroy. Waiting for drawing blending report status. Are you playing Battleship? Modding scares me. Really? I mean, that's true. For my work machines to be entirely physical and tangible. Yeah. It's hard to tell when something will go wrong with it. I can agree to that. Nothing would remain the same if I could mod. Would be funny. Which modern consoles could safely run mods? I did learn in a heartbeat. Yeah, it could be cool if I could mod some games on the Switch. I know you can, but you have to crack the Switch, and I don't know how to do that. Oh, little stretch. Uh, Maybe I'll move this up here. Why does it feel like it breaks there? Hmm. I'm learning. I've definitely irreversibly corrupted a save file with mod before. Really? Oh no, that's bad. Do action replays count as hacking? Because that's cool stuff I've come back from in the Dark Souls days. Really? Action replay. Never really done that. I've never really modded much. So wouldn't know if it would be easy or difficult for me. Does that look good? Yeah, it looks pretty okay. This can be moved forward for sure. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Not Dark Souls, DS. Like, oh, DS. I was like, you wanted Dark Souls? Dang, good for you. Zindale, the meeting got moved and nobody told me. Making my way back home and grabbing food. Good luck, Zindale. It is also about lunchtime for me. So I think this is an okay place to take a little break and get some lunch. I can study the tutorial a little closer next time, and that would be good. Dude, I bought Dark Souls if I had that. I'd play as Goku or Sans for the sillies. Could be funny. Jojo, this was nice. Thank you. Thank you for coming, and I hope y'all had a fun time here. We've been chilling, taking it easy, and just relaxing. It's nice. It's looking good so far. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day, honey. Thank you, Steez. And thank you for the help. I'm thankful for the knowledge that people have been providing. I can feel myself getting sleepy cozy because of this music, and I'm like, ah, yes. I feel the hunger. While I learned Blender could be useful in importing my Koikatsu Party models to Gary's mod, a lot of tutorial videos for Blender, Koikatsu Part, and Gary's mod can be difficult to understand. Oh. Hit me up anytime you need help. Thank you, Steez. Hope next stream would be around the same time, 6 p.m. for me, not like the last one, 3 a.m. So the next stream actually will not be on Monday because I'm gonna do a little Christmas party with some friends. So I will let you know if I am streaming on Tuesday. I am not going to stream on Monday like I usually do because going out and socializing this time of year is good for me, especially when it gets so dark so early. But for sure, so far the next stream will be Friday at 6 p.m. PST. So that is unfortunately probably 3 a.m. your time, Cupson. But we will also do our regular Saturday morning streams at this time, and that'll be fun. I think I will enjoy that. Well said. Hope your festivities go well, dude. Thank you, Johnny. The stream was so nice and comfy. To say your streams are my absolute favorite would be the understatement of the century. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, it's a chill day. I'm going to take it easy and rest a little bit. Oh, I think it'll be good for me. I'm getting a little hungry, too. Sky Patrol, thank you for the 5 shinies. Hope you have a great time socializing. Thank you. I gotta take it easy and socialize. It is so important to socialize. I gotta do it. I gotta socialize. I'm just making sure the person I'm thinking of rating is not ending stream. All right. Meta, that noise makes you jump. It surprises me every time. Sky from Paw Patrol. Thank you for the 50 shinies. Have a good day, honey. Thanks for always the amazing stream. Thank you, Zimblue. It's always safe and a cozy place here. That's why I love it. Thank you. Bum, 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 bum. I'm just checking. So I gotta chill and look and see where everyone is, if they're streaming. Okay. This could work. Do I follow them already? I do not. Oh, this person is ending. Just kidding. Alright, they're ending stream. We are not visiting them. Nice look, Stimpy. Looking forward to that actually making it to the start of that Friday stream. Let's go! Yeah. Alright, excellent. Let's go visit this person. We're gonna raid. We are going to go visit Yoklesh. I love Yoklesh's winter model. It's very, very pretty. I like looking at it. Blend the goblin. Yeah, that's a good raid message. But let's go visit Yoklesh. Yoklesh has very beautiful art. Genuinely very, very fun to learn from. I like studying how Yoklesh does actiony poses. And Yoklesh is a Oni VTuber. Oh, I'm so hungry. I can feel my brain falling asleep and going, "You're hungry." Yoni Gaming. But yeah, let's go say hi to Yoklesh. We're going to take it easy. I will see y'all most likely next week, but I will post on Twitter and Blue Sky in the Discord if I'm streaming Monday or sorry, Tuesday. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I hope y'all have a fun time during the holidays and take care of yourselves. I will see y'all during next week. So take it easy, okay? Bye-bye. Be good. And thank you for coming. I appreciate it a lot. See you next week. Bye-bye.